Good evening and welcome to Global Lens on Apna Watan TV. I am Saadia Afzaal. Tonight we examine a decisive shift in the US immigration policy, one that directly affects tens of thousands of skilled professionals, their families, and entire economies. The US has raised the stakes on its H-1B visa program for Indian nationals. What are the changes? What does this mean for those who were planning to travel, those already there, and for those who believed this visa path to be their ticket to opportunity? And what broader message is being sent about global talent, migration, and equity? So let's talk about all of this. These are the new rules being introduced. Number one, huge fee hike. A proclamation signed in Washington has imposed a staggering $100,000 annual fee for H-1B visa applications submitted by new applicants. Previously, costs including filing, employer obligations, etc. ranged between $2,000 to $5,000, depending on employer size and circumstances. Importantly, in public statements, the US has clarified that current visa holders and renewals are not required to pay this new fee. This hike is meant for fresh applicants. Number two, abolishing or restricting interview waivers or drop box. As of early September 2025, most non-immigrant visa applicants, including H-1B applicants, must attend in-person interviews at US consulates. Age or renewal-based exemptions are being removed. The Dropbox exceptions have shrunk. Number three, humanitarian or family disruption concerns. The government, whose nationals are most affected, has raised concerns that the fee hike could lead to humanitarian consequences, especially in terms of family reunification, travel, and continuity. Number four is industry uncertainty and reaction. The tech or IT sector has stated that these decisions could disrupt operations, planning, cross-border projects, staffing, and could force companies to rethink models of hiring or offshore versus onshore work. Number five, a drop in approvals was already observed. Even before the new fee came into force, data shows that H-1B visa approvals for Indian nationals dropped sharply over recent years. The new policy may deepen that decline. Let's talk about those most affected. For all those skilled professionals planning to move, the cost is now prohibitive for new applicants. Many will reconsider the US as a destination. Those in mid-application limbo face financial and emotional stress. For existing H-1B visa holders but who are outside the US, even if renewals are excluded, there is fear and confusion over what the rules mean in practice. Could someone be prevented from re-entering because of technicalities? Some companies and global experts warn of some risks. Like H-1B visa holders, their spouses and children might face disruptions in travel plans, prolonged separation, delayed plans to settle. Many rely on frequent movement between home country and the US for family emergencies, education, or caregiving. These new policies complicate all of that. Tech and IT sector companies, especially those who have built business models around sourcing talent from the region, will face increased legal fees, restructured budgets, possibly fewer applications. Some firms may hire more locally in the US, shift work overseas, or invest in automation. Another aspect is that remittances will reduce. Brain drain patterns may shift. Talented individuals who might have considered relocation may instead stay or seek other destinations. There could be a push to build domestic opportunities with a greater investment in innovation, infrastructure, and research to retain talent. So what is the bigger picture behind these moves? Number one is protecting local workforce narrative. The US government frames much of this as a remedy for abuse of the H-1B program, preventing displacement of domestic workers, ensuring higher wages, These are politically attractive reasons domestically. Number 2 is talent competition intensifies. When one country raises barriers, other destination countries may benefit. Canada, European nations, Australia, and others may see this as an opportunity. Skilled individuals may look elsewhere. Also, nations whose citizens are most affected may accelerate domestic reforms to make staying an attractive option. Third is innovation and tech ecosystem impact. The US has long benefited from global talent flow. Cutting that flow could hamper innovation, research and development in the US tech companies, universities, and startups that rely on specialized skills in engineering, computing, and biotech. Some commentators warn that over time this may cost more than the fee yields. And fourth is diplomacy, relations, and reputation. Visa policy often reflects diplomatic priorities and soft power. When policy is perceived as discriminatory or overly punitive, it strains bilateral ties. So there may be international criticism around fairness. The world is becoming more selective. Migration isn't just about letting people in or out. It's about who's considered desirable, skilled talent, under what terms, and at what cost. Means of access are being reworked. Wage, compliance, nationality, visa history, family ties, and other factors now weigh more heavily than before. There may be increasing visa nationalism, policies that privilege citizens of allied or preferred countries, or those with certain credentials over others. The new changes may be early indicators of that trend. Tonight, the message is this. For many, the American dream, long defined by possibility, opportunity, and movement, has become more expensive, more complicated, and more uncertain. What remains to be seen is how individuals, companies, and governments will adapt, whether new gateways open or the world tightens further. Because for every policy written, there are lives, careers, families watching, waiting, and responding. This is Saadia Afzaal for Apna Watan TV.
You are watching Apna Watan.